This is question 9 on the extra practice unit 1 review. Maisha told her hired hand Alfonso to gather eggs from the hen house. Alfonso collected 25 eggs and brought them to Maisha. Maisha inspected them and complained that 20% of them were broken. How many of them were still good eggs? Okay, so we have to figure out what 20% of 25 is. So what we're going to do first is we're going to convert 20% to a decimal so I can work with it. Okay, so again, I'm going from percent to decimal, so 2 places to the left. So I get 0.20. Okay, so I'm going to take the total amount of eggs, which is 25, and I'm going to multiply that by 0.20 to find out how many were broken. Okay, so I'm going to take 0.20 times 25. And when I do that, I get 5. So 5 eggs were broken. I'm going to take the total amount of eggs and subtract off the broken eggs to get 20 eggs that were good. So how many eggs were still good? 20 is the answer. Okay, let's look at number 10. Marisol's family went to dinner. Together they purchased food and drink totaling $90.53. If the sales tax rate on food and drink is 2.9%, find the sales tax amount on the food and drink purchase. Part B, if they plan to leave a tip worth 25% of their food and drink purchase, not including the tax, how much should they leave as a tip? And part C, what is the total price of their breakfast, including tax and tip? Okay, so we're going to do this in pieces. For part A, again, I have to convert that 2.9% to a decimal to work with it. So we're going to start with percent, move to decimal, 2 places to the left. So I get 0.029. Okay, so I'm going to take the food and drink purchase total, which is $90.53, and I'm going to multiply that by 0.029, which is the sales tax amount. Okay, so let's figure out what that is. So we're going to take 90.53, and we're going to multiply that by 0.029. And when I do that, I get 2.6257. Again, we're talking about money. So we're going to have to round to the hundredths place. So I look at the value behind it. It's a 5. I'm going to have to round up. So the sales tax is going to be $2.63. So that's the sales tax amount. Okay, next part B. If they plan to leave a tip worth 25% of their food and drink purchase, not including sales tax, how much should they leave as a tip? Okay, so again, I'm going to have to convert the 25% to a decimal. So I'm starting with percent, going to decimal, 2 places to the left. So 0.25 is what I need to work with. So I'm going to take 25.25 of $90.53, because that's what the food and drink purchase was pre-tax. So I'm going to multiply that by 0.25. So let's go ahead and do that. So 90.53 times 0.25, which is the tip amount. And when I do that, I get 22.6325. Again, since we're talking about money, we have to round to the hundredths place. So I need to put the arrow over that 3. And I'm looking at the digit behind it. So I'm going to leave the 3 alone because 2 is smaller than 5. So 22.63 is going to be the amount that we are going to tip the waitress or waiter. So what's the total price of their breakfast? So we have the food and drink. That's $90.53 plus we have the sales tax. The sales tax was $2.63, plus we have the tip. And the tip was $22.63. So what I'm going to do is add everything up to get the total. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. 6 and 6 is 12. 12 and 5 is 17. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 and 2 is 5. And then 9 and 2 is 11. So the total cost of that breakfast is $115.79. Okay, so that was number 10. Let's do number 11. 9,504 is divisible by which of the following numbers? Select all that apply. Okay, it's divisible by 2 because the last digit is a 4, which is an even number. For 5, the number has to end in 5 or a 0, which it doesn't. So B does not work. For C, we have to add up all the digits in the number. And let's do that. So 9 and 5 is 14. 14 and 4 is 18. 18 is evenly divisible by 3. It goes into it 6 times. So the answer is yes. It does, or it is divisible by 3. And finally, if it's divisible by 10, the answer is no, because divisibility by 10, the number has to end in a 0. So the answer to this is it's divisible by 2 and by 3. Okay, that's number 11. And then number 12 asks us to enter the prime factorization of 66. Use exponents for repeated factors. So let's go ahead and do this. So 66, I get 2 times, that goes into it 33 times. And 3 goes into 33 11 times. So 66, the prime factorization of it is going to be 2 times 3 times 11. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop the video. So we just did questions number 9 through 12.